cats, it's Ed Midsole here. As you can hear, the voice has returned. Today I've got another episode in my fans' favourite series where I try and come up with a multiple shoe rotation for the price of one pair of shoes. Today I'm going to try and do just that up against the Nike Alphafly Next Percent 2. What bargain rotations can I find? Let's dive in. Welcome back to the channel, people. Thanks for tuning in, it's much appreciated. If you're yet to do so, hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications when I launch those new videos for you. You can also give this video a thumbs up like and share it with your running buddies. Hit me up with a super thanks down below if you've got a particular question that you want answered or you just want to help the channel out on an ad hoc basis. Let's get to it. So I'm going to try and come up with a couple of shoe rotations for the price of one pair of Alphafly Next Percent 2. These retail over here in the UK for 270 Earth credits. Translating that to pounds, that's 270 pounds. You get the picture. I mean, that's some serious money just for one pair of shoes. I mean, your dog could mangle them. You could step on a particularly sharp stone. Your AirPods could pop. And then your 270 notes is down the drain. Let's see what bargains I can find that total up around about 270 Earth credits. So for the first rotation, we're going to need some sort of daily shoe, something that can log those easier miles, perhaps if we're marathon training. Something perhaps even for the recovery efforts as well, that are going to be nice and soothing on those sore thighs. Perhaps even a long run effort as well. You're going to need to do lots of those if you're going to be going for a marathon. Best of luck, by the way, to all those who are undertaking the London Marathon coming up very soon, or the Berlin Marathon for that matter. I did notice that Nike have discounted the ZOOMX Invincible run Flyknit 2. It hasn't been out all that long, but they have already pulled it down in price. That's down to 116 Earth credits now in the black, chlorine blue and orbit blue variant. I think there's also a sail black and light bone version too that's been pulled down in price. I think at that price the shoe is a total steal really. I really enjoyed the second version of the Invincible run. I think it's just got a slightly better upper. It just seems to work a little better for me. I think it fits loads of the rotational requirements that I listed a little bit earlier on. You can use it for recoveries, easy days, the long run. And that leaves us with 154 Earth credits in the pot as well to get another shoe. Not sure I'll be able to get two for that, but I'll see what I can find. At least with that other shoe covering quite a few bases, it leaves me just looking for a race shoe perhaps, or something for the speed efforts. I mean, maybe you could even use the next one that I've got up on the track as well. I think with the deep discounts at the moment, it's hard not to look at the Adizero Adios Pro 2. Such a great amount of shoe, but for such a small price. Pro Direct Running have got these at 126 Earth credits right now, pretty much in every colourway and loads of different sizes. I think it's underpriced and very, very overlooked. I know that the 3's out, but this one really does speak to me on many levels. Adidas even quote this shoe in their marketing materials for the Adizero Adios Pro 3. It says that it's helped more runners secure podium positions in 2021. Apparently 60% of the world major wins were by athletes wearing the Adios Pro 2. Cushioned, bit more minimal in the heel as well if you like that type of thing. It's kind of all the things I love about a race shoe, and I kind of appreciate the profile and the design, I suppose, the subtlety that Adidas have put into this one. It may not have all the stability that some runners are looking for perhaps for the marathon, but I think at 126 Earth credits it's a superb deal. So that leaves me with a measly £28 to try and get some other shoe. I did have a look around, but I couldn't find anything that was worth picking up for that, so I think you're better off buying yourself a box of gels that work well for you, maybe a race singlet or some socks or something like that. So I think I'll leave this one as a 2 shoe rotation. I think that you could probably get away marathon training just with those two. What do you reckon, guys? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. I can have a second bite at the cherry, this time perhaps for a more half marathon race training rotation. Gonna kick off with another underrated model this time that I found on a deep discount. Over at Reebok we have the Floatride Energy X. This one could cover your long runs and your recovery type efforts. So I found this one at £91 over here in the UK, but I found another code that actually reduced it even more. I got it down to £68.25. I think that's an amazing price for a really great shoe. I think at that price, impossible to beat for the amount of cushion and comfort you have here. It's certainly got the distance chops as well. You could utilize this for your long runs and for some steady or perhaps easy recovery efforts. Underrated and overlooked. I think if you like the Energy 3 or 4 from Reebok, do go and check this one out, especially on that deep discount. Sadly, it's in this sort of black colorway, not this one, but hey, you can't have it all. So that leaves me with 202 Earth credits to play with. That's loads of money. So I can perhaps look at another training shoe and then a race shoe for that amount of money. I'm rolling in it. How about a pair of the Adizero Adios 6? I found those reduced down to about 77 Earth credits. I think the women's sizes were even less. I did find a couple of pairs at 59 Earth credits. Pro Direct Running have got some of those, various styles and sizes. Makes for a responsive, very light shoe. You could utilize that one for some speed training. Quite a bit lighter of a shoe than the Reebok Energy X. I really like the streamlined design and profile once again in this Adidas shoe. One of the best, in fact, that I tested out in 2021. Maybe if you can get a deep discount on the Adios 7 as well, that will do equally as well for you. This, again, one of the best shoes I've tested out this year. You cannot lose. It's a shoe that I always feel is very nimble on foot. It does feel like it can go up through the gears very easily, and you could probably utilize it for some lower distance racing in preparation for the training for your half marathon race. So that leaves me with 125 Earth credits total to spend. So we need a very capable half marathon race shoe now, and I've got a couple of options for you. The first one being the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite. Start Fitness have pairs of these at 129 Earth credits. So that comes in just over what I've actually got, but you know, I'll chip in with a couple of quid out of my pocket. I think it's a bit of a steal at that price. So few have tried out this shoe, perhaps because it was quite scarce actually. The availability was quite low. I just really like the more conservative amount of midsole material that we've got here in the Deviate Nitro Elite. Just a little bit less stack than some of today's very high stack standard race shoes. It's supremely cushioned as well. There's a real lovely squash there, and it's lighter than an Eddbud after 2 weeks of illness. If the Puma isn't for you, then how about the Takumi Sen 8? Again, Start Fitness come at you with a price of 118 Earth credits. That shoe is just like a refined piece of art, if you ask me. One of the best that Adidas have produced over the last couple of years. You've got a wonderful mixture of technology and then very refined upper design. It's blended into a really tasty treat. Takumi Sen 8 is a fantastic race shoe. I think it'll be fine for people who are really going for it in a half marathon type situation. It's kind of crazy to think that we can pick up all three of those shoes for the price of one pair of Alphafly Next Percent 2. Does beg the question that is it really worth all that money? The answer is probably no. You know, the Floatride Energy X, Adios 6 or 7, plus a Takumi Sen 8 as well, all for the price of one pair. It's quite staggering, and it does make you wonder just how much these shoes actually cost to produce. They must be making something on them, even at those discount prices. Don't get me wrong, I really like the Alphafly 2, it's incredibly comfortable. I've been really enjoying my miles in it so far, but it's very overpriced, can't escape it. What would your 3 shoe rotations be, guys, for 270 Earth credits? Let me know your selections down in the comments. Musical interlude time. Today it comes from Mac DeMarco and his fantastic album Salad Days. I remember first hearing Mac DeMarco on the YouTube channel for KEXP Radio. I think they're based in Seattle. I wondered quite what I was watching at first because he had this sort of ragtag band with him. There's one bloke that was wearing no shirt and he was playing this little mini keyboard. I think there was another man who had no shoes. Well, Mac DeMarco just really didn't look too well, but the voice that came out of his mouth was just fantastic. The track that really captured me, it's quite humorous, I think he's on Captured Tracks Records, or at least he used to be, was the song Chamber of Reflection. Features this warbling sort of synth. It kind of sounds like you're looking at the synth across a very hot road, and everything's kind of hazy. All of the sounds, in fact, on this album sound like that. You got these wonderful drums, almost like a hip-hop or like R&B style sound, and then Mac DeMarco's really laid-back voice. Just listening to it lowers your heart rate. Could be really good for some recovery runs. I love Mac DeMarco. He's got a really cheeky, quirky vibe about him. All of his albums are worth listening to for different reasons, perhaps. He's got very distinctive guitar playing sound as well. He uses a lot of vibrato to sort of bend the notes and just make everything seem a little bit wavy and sort of hazy, I suppose. Maybe that's what it looks like inside the studio when he's recording some of his tracks. Go and check this one out, guys. I think you'll enjoy it. Salad Days by Mac DeMarco. Thank you for joining me on the channel. Very much appreciated, people. Hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications. Don't forget to let me know about your 3 shoe rotations as well. Hit that like button and share this video with your running buddies. My name's Eddbud, and I'll be seeing you